Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. What if I told you to kill yourself? Would you do it? No? Okay. What if your teacher told you to kill yourself? Would you do it? No? Okay. Alright. What if this guy told you to kill yourself? Would you do it? Yeah, me neither. Yeah, that's... yeah. If you don't know, Jim Jones is the Kool-Aid guy. Like the dude that ordered all his followers to drink the poisonous Kool-Aid. Yeah, that guy. Jimbo was born May 13th, 1931 in Indiana. He was overall just a weird guy. He was really into Stalin, Karl Marx, and Hitler. I want to clarify, though, he didn't approve of, Hitler's ideologies, but he did admire Hitler's ability to sway, thousands of people with speeches. So while Jimbo was a young communist in the making, so naturally, he didn't really have a lot of friends. I imagine he's, sit alone at lunch reading Mein Kampf or something. He was just, into the things that a kid should not have an interest in. He was also poor, but that's probably not the reason he didn't have any friends. However, he was religious. He loved community and coming together. Even at a young age, he had aspirations of becoming a charismatic preacher. Eventually, he opened an organization that would eventually become the People's Temple in 1955. Jones began the People's Temple in Indianapolis with his main goal of bringing people together. It was the 1950s, so yeah, lots of racism, but his main goal is to overcome all that, the racism and the poverty mainly because, he was poor. I'm gonna be so honest, though, he had a good thing going. It was mainly Christian faith mixed in with communism, and the priest was, some drugged up crazy person, but still, his church attracted tons of people. All these people had the same goals as him. Everybody wanted to live in a better society and just, so his church, was actually pretty cool, though. It, provided housing for the poor, disabled, and the mentally ill. At the time, it was really cool because it brought black and white people together. It even had a free dining hall for, the people that couldn't afford food and stuff, and drug rehabilitation for the, those people. However, the public saw, all the good stuff, he's a philanthropist or whatever, supporting the public and all that, but in reality, this dude was doing a lot of messed up stuff. So Jim Jones was actually a very manipulative and insane person. He would confiscate everyone's stuff, like their meds, especially the amphetamines. I wonder what he was doing with those. He would enforce manual labor on everyone. People would be working 6 days a week to sustain the community. Apparently, they had no electricity or running water. There's stories about how they collected rainwater. It's so insane. There would also be these things called white nights. They were basically nights where everyone would be forced into the main building to listen to Jim go on and on about conspiracy against him, the government, and communism or whatever. He would even have practice suicide events where everyone would drink Kool-Aid, and then after, he'd tell them it was poison. It wasn't poison yet. He told them stuff like, everyone better be ready to die with me because we will be reincarnated or something. You might ask, why didn't they just leave? And no one was allowed to. They had armed guards patrolling outside and everything. He told everybody that there were people out to get them, the Ku Klux Klan or whatever, and that he was keeping them all safe. It was crazy. Bro would even moderate the letters and phone calls coming in and out. Things were so bad there that he would even tell people to say everything was just fine. He would also do weird things like call everyone else gay and say he was the only one who wasn't. He even referred to himself as black for some reason. So this begs the question, how did he do it? Well, there are a few psychology terms that tie into Jim Jones and the People's Temple. Cognitive dissonance was a big one. Cognitive dissonance is defined as the mental toll as a result from contradictory information. The members saw Jim as a virtuous and charismatic leader, even though he was brainwashing them and keeping them there against their will. Everyone was like, oh yeah, classic Jimbo, keeping us here against our will again, Everyone else was definitely de-individualized too, de-individuate. Yo, hang on. I can get this in a second, hang on. De-individuation, is defined as the loss of self-awareness when in a group. When they were there, they were no longer their own person. A lot of people think Jim Jones himself was also de-individualized because of his iconic sunglasses. Maybe he felt like he could act crazy because he's hiding behind the shades. However, he actually wore these because his eyes were too messed up from all the cocaine and other awesome stuff. Obedience is a big one too. Jim basically trained everyone with those suicide drills. People would just blindly follow him because he was in that authoritative position, Or maybe he was just really charismatic or something, I don't know. Jim was a horrible, manipulative druggie that used all sorts of psychological methods to keep his members in line and ultimately make them all kill themselves. Goodbye.